I love the free delivery, and they take care of the paperwork for you. So if you have Medicare and need help for back, ankle, knee, or shoulder pain, please call the Health Alert Hotline at 800-428-1570. That's 800-428-1570. Agents are standing by 24/7, so go ahead and call now. 800-428-1570.
Welcome, folks, to Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, and I'm going to be joined with Florida Rick, my co-host. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can catch us on American Forces Network, iHeartRadio, Facebook /Fifth Street Sports, YouTube, and of course, we stream live on YouTube, and you can catch us on Twitter also. Well, it was, folks, I got to tell you, Thursday or Friday, we got our ass handed to us on the show here. We didn't do good. Daniel Wages kept up. Joey went a little choppy. Rick and I went ice cold. But we're back over the weekend. You know, we stopped the bleeding a little bit, Rick. I think, what did we pick up, two units over the weekend?
Yeah, we did pick up 2 units. I'm still trying to figure out what went wrong Thursday and Friday. But maybe it was I was out in Vegas having too good of a time, and my mind wasn't focused on the games themselves. But yeah, that was I knew we had a cold run coming. Didn't realize it was going to be 8 in a row losing games, but when we ran so hot for so long, you can't complain that much. I figured when the cold streak came, it'd be 2-6 or 3-7, 3-8. But yeah, 0-8 is tough to take. But yeah, like you said, over the weekend we got a couple units back, and we're going to get right back into it this week. And I expect to run hot again. It's just a couple days, which is brutal for us.
Exactly, Rick. And like what we've told all the folks here, all our listeners and audience, we've told them, listen, we play January to January. We don't play every week. Of course, we're going to have streaks like that. We're just looking to hit 59, 60, 61% for the year, which we're way above that. You know what I mean? We're way above that. But that's why, out here in Vegas and in most cities, you got to be 21 to gamble, because you got to be a big boy to handle these swings. And we just keep on trucking. We take our 8 count and keep going forward.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, you don't go 3 units on one game after you've been winning a few in a row with a unit apiece. You stick to your 1 unit, and, you hit your 58, 59%, and you'll be in good shape.
Exactly. We got a great show today, Rick. Rick, today we're going to talk about the AAF, how, we went over. Remember, you guys recommended taking them all over. We're going to talk Major League Baseball season win totals. Folks, we got to take a timeout. Back in 3 minutes. This is Fifth Street Sports.
The first weekend of the NCAA tournament is the greatest betting event of the year. Whether you like filling out a bracket, picking a national champion, predicting first-round upsets, or all of the above, MyBookie is the perfect home for your March Madness fun. They have something for everyone, even you, multiple bracket guy. MyBookie has been in business for years, and the best part is they pay out fast when you win. I'm talking 48 hours. Visit mybookie.ag and deposit with promo code COLLEGE for a 50% sign-up bonus. That's promo code COLLEGE. With MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
If you or a loved one is suffering from a physical or emotional condition that has left you unable to work, then listen carefully. Take this number down, 800-593-7491. That's 800-593-7491. When you call, you'll speak with a Social Security disability expert and get a free evaluation to see if you may qualify for disability insurance benefits from the U.S. government. That's right, a monthly cash payment paid directly to you from the Social Security Administration. Whether you're applying for the first time or you've already been denied disability benefits, call now. The disability attorneys at Pinnacle Disability can help you build your case, file an appeal, and represent you at no upfront cost to you. Don't wait another minute to see if you may qualify for your Social Security disability benefits. Call Pinnacle Disability Group at 800-593-7491 for your free case evaluation. That's 800-593-7491. 800-593-7491. Call now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. They want your money, and guess what? they can legally take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you. So what do? Fight back by letting our team of experts at the Tax Helpline work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws and will fight to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket.
800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. 800-932-1749. That's 800-932-1749.
For professional staffing, there's only one name you need to know. Robert Half. Robert Half custom matches our candidates to your specific hiring requirements by combining personalized service from local staffing experts with an advanced matching technology based on 70 years of successful placements. For highly skilled accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, or administrative staffing, count on Robert Half. We'll find you productive, engaged employees. Learn more at roberthalf.com/radio.
All right, we are back. This is Fifth Street Sports. I'm Frank Perez, joined with Florida Rick on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Well, Rick, today, as you can tell, I'm still old school. I'm real sick, but you know I'm old school. I got to play hurt and for little money, so I got my tissues and my thing. I hope my voice doesn't come in that badly. But you know what? On Sunday again, Joey Cassano, absolutely perfect again, sends me Nebraska. We won that one in overtime. Of course, you had Bradley, so we took a little bit of the sting off the bad streak. But, boy, this guy's 10-0 with me. He was supposed to be on the show. I don't know what happened to him. I'm trying to get a hold of him. But anyways, Rick, so on the, today we wanted to talk about a few things. One of them was going to be we got a great preview. I got 9 MLB season win totals from probably the sharpest guy in the country. And then, of course, you got something on Golden State and what's going on with that squad. We're going to have our picks like usual. So why don't we start it off with this Golden State, like what you think is kind of a downturn for them?
Yeah, well, we already knew they were having issues, but, you know, there was always somebody injured. You know, Klay Thompson went out, and then they got beat in a couple of games, then got obliterated, embarrassed at home against Boston, I think by 32 or 33 points. And then Thompson comes back. They seem to rectify the situation on Friday night and beat Denver, I believe, by 21 or 22. That was actually a game that, you know, they gave out Denver. Denver kept coming back, and every time, you know, it seemed like Klay Thompson would always hit that big three, and they'd go right back up by 12, 13, 14, and eventually ended up winning, covering easily. Like I said, won by 20 or 21. So anyway, last night, everyone's healthy, everyone's back. They play Phoenix at home. I think it was probably the biggest spread in the NBA this year, 17 points. I don't know if there was a bigger spread this year. Maybe it was equalized, but I don't see how you could get a bigger line than Phoenix at Golden State. So the line was 17. It actually opened at 16, got bet up to 17, 17.5. That's where it closed. So, you know, moved up a full point and a half. Golden State comes out. They're up early, like 12-3. Okay, you know, sure this game's going to be an absolute blowout. They're up, I think, by about 9 at the end of the first quarter. And then Phoenix comes out in the second quarter and, you know, it scores them by 12 or so. It was up 3 at the half. Okay, well, Golden State will take care of business in the second half. But no, Phoenix would extend the lead little by little, and eventually they could never you know, tie the game or take the lead. And Phoenix ended up winning by 7. Well, actually, they won by 4 because Klay Thompson hit a 3 at the buzzer. But man, you could just see in their faces something's wrong. At the end of the game, Kerr was caught muttering, "I'm so sick of Draymond." So obviously, he's got problems with Draymond Green. I think a lot of the other teammates have problems with Draymond Green. Kevin Durant got an ankle contusion last night, so he missed the fourth quarter. I don't know how long that's going to keep him out, maybe a few games or so. But yeah, they're just having a lot of problems. And I'm as convinced as I was that they were going to win the whole thing, you know, even a few days ago, I'm not as convinced anymore. I think they have a lot of internal issues going on. I think it kind of started from that incident when Draymond Green didn't pass the ball to Kevin Durant, and they ended up losing that game in overtime. And it's just kind of gotten worse. And there's always just little little problems here and there. Durant's going to be leaving at the end of the year. It looks like they're going to probably want to cut ties with Draymond Green. So, yeah, I don't know. I still think they're going to win the whole thing, but I'm not as convinced as I was, throughout the rest of the year. And I think that, teams like Denver, Oklahoma City, Utah, and of course Houston's probably their number one nemesis when all said and done. I think, they suffer a slight injury. They have another, fight amongst themselves in the clubhouse, and they can lose a 7-game series to one of these teams. And while I'd still be surprised, I wouldn't be shocked anymore.
Well, if right now you had to choose 2 teams that could take that crown in the Western Conference from them, who would you choose that has the best probability you think of taking them out of the NBA Finals?
Well, in the West, I would still put Houston at number 1, and I think at this point I would put Denver at number 2 of the 2 teams that can beat them in a 7-game series. Houston, as we know, is starting to come together now. Harden's playing just lights out. The whole team's playing well. Chris Paul, you can look at Eric Gordon, Austin Rivers, Clint Capella, Kenneth Faried's come out of nowhere and has been playing really big, although he's gotten injured of late. And they had so many problems with them last year. They almost lost them last year in the 7-game series. So surely they can beat them this year. And Houston's starting to peak now at the right time. Denver has, still like a young core nucleus, but, you put them at home in that altitude, and, that right there affects visiting team psyche, and it always gets in their heads. And Denver is, if they don't have the best record at home, they have one of the top 2 best records. I think they have the best record in the NBA at home. So, that's going to be a tough road one right there. So if they steal a game on the road, which they're fully capable of doing, and Golden State could be out. Probably not the first round, but possibly the second round or even the conference finals. And then if they make it to the conference finals, the NBA finals, now you're going to deal with most likely Milwaukee, but possibly Toronto, or if Boston just, turns it all around and beats, both Toronto and Milwaukee, then maybe Boston, but most likely it'll be Milwaukee. Man, what a great 7-game series that would be against, Giannis and Malcolm Brogdon and Chris Middleton and, these guys. So, they don't have a free ride anymore. I think they're in trouble starting in the second round, especially if they have to play Houston or Utah in the second round.
I agree. Well, that's going to make it really interesting. Now, Rick, here's once again, you and Brian were both on it. You said, let's go with these overs in the AAF. And sure enough, all 4 went over. I just want to know one thing, probably one of the biggest things in sports, and everybody's worried about and talking about, is what's wrong with the Arizona Hotshots?
That part I can't really answer because I will admit I don't watch too much of the AAF games. But like we talked about last week, once these totals start getting down to 33, 33 and a half, and 34, and 35, it's like, okay, now is the time to start pounding the overs. The first 4 weeks they went 13 and 3 to the unders, and the teams pretty much came together, in a couple weeks, and they had to start playing right away. So of course they're not going to have any team chemistry. No, they're not going to have a good, well-gelled unit. But now they've played together for over a month. They know each other's tendencies, and man, these games were very competitive. The little bit I watched, it was almost like watching a real professional NFL game. So, and then you see these scores, and you see the offenses clicking, and it makes a lot of sense that these games all went over. And I didn't play it for much. I wish I had played it for more, but I hope the people out there took our advice and started hitting these overs, because it had gotten down just too low a number. And you saw after 4 weeks they started playing a little bit better, and you knew it was going to come. The points were going to finally start coming.
I watched the Arizona game. They were actually down 26-0 at the half. Should have been even more. The other team fumbled inside 15 seconds. They fumbled on the 5 or 6 or 7 yard line. Could have probably been 29 or 34-0. But down 26-0. They just missed on a comeback in the second half. I think it ended 29-26. They almost came all the way back. So it was pretty exciting for a football game. But so now when we come back on this break, Rick, I think let's go into, we got a couple things that I wanted to really touch on, because this is my favorite part of the year, is Major League Baseball win totals. I have 9 of them. Andrew's going to put them up on the screen. I can't even say that they're really mine. I actually got these from probably one of the sharpest baseball guys in ever. and he sends them to me every year. We got 9, 4, 5 small, 3 medium, and 1 large play. We're going to put them up. You guys, folks, you can look at them. These are really, really good. But are you sure? Are we going now or at 22? Yeah, we got 1 more minute, right? Okay. Yeah. No, Andrew. Let's put them up after the break. This way, Rick and I can go through a few of them. But this is really good stuff.
I can't wait to hear these numbers.
Oh yeah, and
every year we talk about win totals being the best bets out there in all sports. So
exactly.
I know how sharp this guy is. I know how long you've been mentioning him for. So I can't wait to see it myself.
Yep, I truly expect this guy to be 7-2, 8-1, worst 6-3. Last year he had some real good ones. This year, here we go again. Then of course, I would love to spend the half of the next segment on touching on your theory now on the unders. These tournaments are starting, and how we love to just drill these things for the under, because like you said, a lot of these teams, if this is their Super Bowl, so they're going to be really tight and really slow. But folks, when we come back, we got to take a break. When we come back, it's Fifth Street Sports. Stay tuned. We got great stuff for you.
Where do you want to go on a vacation or honeymoon? The Caribbean, Europe, Hawaii, Mexico? How about Disney or a cruise? At Superior Cruise and Travel, we've got you covered. We'll assign you your own travel concierge. They'll help you design a custom vacation plan that you can't find online. And the service is completely free. You can't compare the value of this to any other online travel company. We can help you plan a custom vacation anywhere in the world. We even offer payment plans with no credit card required. Now you pay off your vacation on your time schedule. Call now and mention the promo code RADIO and save up to $500. Book your custom trip. Call Superior Cruise and Travel now and talk to one of the highest rated travel agencies in the country with a 5-star A+ online rating.
800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. 800-570-9631. That's 800-570-9631.
Remember in the beginning, when you first started to build a life for you and your family, you never imagined it would come to this. Instead of living your dreams, you're living with debt. In fact, it's smothering you. Now there's a way you can take back control with one simple call. If you owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt, you qualify to receive a free, no-obligation consultation on how to get rid of that debt for good. Call the Debt Helpline now. We work on your behalf to reduce your debt. We specialize in credit cards, retail store cards, and medical bills. One simple call is all it takes to get the ball rolling to a debt-free life. Stop living with debt and start living your dreams. Call the Debt Helpline now.
800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. 800-957-6063. That's 800-957-6063.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Okay, we're back. This is Fifth Street Sports. Florida Rick, my co-host, and I'm Frank Perez. We're on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. You can also catch us on iHeartRadio. American Forces, YouTube, Facebook, we stream live. All right, Rick, let's start with Andrew. You want to put these up now? These are 9 plays that I get from a very sharp baseball source, so I'm not going to take credit for them, but for our listeners, here they are. Here's the first 5. These are what he considers his smaller plays. Oakland under 83.5 wins. Arizona under 74.5. Cleveland over 90.5. Seattle over 71.5. And the Mets under 86. So let's say these would be your 1-unit plays. Here, all right, Andrew, let's put up the 2-unit plays. We're going to go, here they are. Here's your 2-unit plays as mediums. St. Louis under 88.5. Baltimore over 59.5. Philadelphia under 89.5. I love that one. Last year they won 80. No way is this Harper worth 10 games over there. In fact, I think he's going to be 3 or 4 games worse than the 80. And sure enough, his 3-unit or his best play of the year, this guy's really good, is Colorado under 85.5. Rick, what's your take? You got any takes, or is it too early to ask you on these?
It's a little early, but I'm looking at his plays and just seeing them. I think there's not one of these plays that I would argue about or say, oh, yeah, I definitely want to be on the other side of that one. Like you said, I love that Philly under. Bryce Harper is not worth 10 games. As good a player as he is, he's still not – I don't even know he's worth 3 games. And like we were talking about before the show, Bryce Harper, yeah, he may hit 35 home runs a year and drive in 120 runs, but how many of those come in a game that's 10-3 in the top of the 9th inning and he gets a grand slam to make it 14-3, or the game they're losing 8-2 and he hits a solo home run at the bottom of the 9th, make it 8-3. It doesn't seem like he's Mr. Clutch. It doesn't seem like he's the guy who you're down a run, and then a second and third, 2 out, top of the 9th, that's going to come through with a hit. It seems like he's the guy who's going to get those meaningless home runs and RBIs that, will translate in the box score, but not in wins and losses. And while he's obviously an exceptional talent and possibly the best talent in baseball, with the exception of maybe Mike Trout, I don't know. He doesn't seem like a winning player, and we'll see if maybe things change in Philadelphia. But regardless, he's not worth 10 games. And I don't think any player out there is. Maybe Mike Trout was worth 5 or 6, but I don't see anyone else that's worth even close to that.
Truthfully, let me ask you a question. Everybody thinks he's such a great player. You're down 4-3, bottom of the 8th, 2 outs, runners on second and third. I can think of at least 75 players that I would rather have up at the dish than Harper. I'm sorry, the guy's a 235 hitter, 240 hitter. Second and third, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th, you're down by 1. You want Harper up there? I don't. I absolutely don't. You got at least you got at best 1 in 4 chance to succeed there.
And that may be a tough situation. It's more bases loaded because second and third they're probably going to walk him. I'm not sure if Rhys Hoskins is the answer to hit behind Harper to protect him, but it sure would help if they had Mike Trout. And if he had Mike Trout hitting, well, he'd actually protect Trout. Trout would hit in front of him, but either way, those guys would both hit well into the 300s. I think they're both in the same team. But right now I could think of a bunch of players too that I would rather have up there. Maybe being in Philadelphia, he'll have a whole new mindset and we'll change our minds.
Well, let's see what happens, but I know I wouldn't want him up there. I don't know. I mean, the guy. But now, don't get me wrong. If the Phillies are up 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th, and I've got over 8.5 or over 9, I want Harper up there because he's going to get a lot of those garbage scoring home runs. I don't know why he does it, but you can never count on him To me, you can never count on him in super clutch situations. It's always a pop up, strikeout, throw his helmet, same crap. 235, 240 hitter. Getting 30, I don't know if it's $30 million a year because, what is it, 12 years at 330? No, it's not 30. It's like $28 million or $27 million a year. No chance.
Yeah,
and I think
he can survive on that.
He's not even a team player. Well, he wasn't anyways with Washington. Didn't you see all the little fights he had and all the little stuff in the dugout? No chance, brother. No chance.
Yeah. He was always known for that, going back to his high school days, I think. Though. But in terms of some of the other plays, I think Mets under was on there, right? Mets. I like that play a lot too. That play makes a lot of sense. The total's high. I think it was 86.5.
Yeah.
Boy, I really like that play a lot.
Me too.
I don't see how the Mets are going to get anywhere near 87 wins, but
And
things change every
I
year.
love that Seattle over 71.5. Seattle over 71.5 wins. That looks real good to me.
Yeah, they're trending in the right direction. Yeah, and they do have Oakland and Texas, the Angels in the same division, but yeah, they can easily they can come down and win that division. No one. They always they make good offseason moves, good pickups, good transactions. I like that one a lot too, and I really like the Colorado under too. That makes so much sense when you think about it. Yeah, they signed Arenado, but I think their pitching's in deep trouble this year. When they go on the road, I don't see them improving one bit. They pretty much going to have to win 2/3 of their games at Coors Field to probably get you near that number. And I mean, that's asking a lot of any team.
It is. So and now getting on to another thing. Okay, Rick, it's that time of the year now when you use your strategy in your tournaments. Now, for many of these schools, it's like sudden death. If you lose, season over. So all these players are now, going to play like to get any prayer. Everybody wants to be that Cinderella team from at least 12 of these little conferences. They play tight. They play slow. I believe that your under theory in here makes more sense than anything.
Well, it has, and we've done very well with it in the last 15 years or so. But this year, it hasn't done so well. Starting last Wednesday until now, the unders have, I don't know the percentage, but I would say overs are hitting around a 60% clip. And unders are not doing well this year. The first time I can remember since we started doing this that unders have not been doing well. I still think in the championship games, in these small conferences, Big South, Colonial, Metro Athletic, Northeast Conference, Patriot League, all these type of small leagues, the championship games, I think the unders will fare well. I think so far they've been about 50-50, but I would still continue to play those over the next few days while we see all these small conference tournament finals, on ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU. But boy, and once we get to the bigger conferences, like I said last week, just lay off them completely. Don't even just ignore them. At that point, just play them like a regular game. So if you're going to like the over, you like the side, just play that. But I'm not saying not to play the unders, but don't play them like on a blanket basis.
Right.
Small conference tournaments.
I watched a couple of games this weekend. I don't know how low they would have to make these totals with Northern Iowa and these Bradleys and these squads. I mean, yesterday closed 118.5, 119 in the Northern Iowa game. Never even really got a whiff. How low can they make these things? 110, 109?
They'll never go that low. I think the lowest you'll ever see those Missouri Valley Conference games involving teams like Northern Iowa, where historically they're around that 120 range, and you'll see them get as low as about 118. I think the lowest I can remember seeing, this is going back almost 20 years, is probably about 116, 116 and a half. So you're never really going to cross that 116 threshold. And I mean, it's painful to when you put that bet in to go under 117, 118. But once you actually start watching the game, you're like, okay, now I know why I went under this number. they take
horrible.
The entire shot clock.
It's horrible. It gets close to soccer. You know what I mean? It's not quite that bad, not quite that slow, or low scoring, but it is painful. And, did you see in some of these? I was watching this German Bundesliga game, and this morning, and I just said to myself, well, it's been 40. It's like 43 minutes of the exact same thing. They just kept the ball at midfield. Place is going nuts. Meanwhile, the ball's nowhere near the thing. They're just passing it back and forth. And sure enough, the old predicted 0-0 halftime. Sometimes well, it's scary, but all right. Well, so Rick, so we like. I mean, I don't mean to be shaming.
No. I what's funny actually. When I was there last week, went to the first night of the West Coast Conference tournament at the Orleans Arena. There were two games. It was Pepperdine versus Pacific, and it was a San Diego against Portland. And both those games actually ended up as unders. And, it was fun to go to and watch and bet on those. And actually, it was a really fun time. And now the crazy thing is those were in the West Coast Conference is the only conference that has a triple bye. Right, for the top two seeds get triple byes. They're automatically in the semifinals.
Wow.
So now Pepperdine and San Diego, both of them have won 3 straight games, and now they're both tonight playing in the semifinals against Pepperdine's playing Gonzaga and San Diego's playing St. Mary's. So if either of those teams win, obviously Pepperdone's not going to win. San Diego, I think, is going to win. I think there's a good shot of winning that game. And if they win that game, that means they would play 4 games just to get to the final to play Gonzaga tomorrow night. But yeah, that should be a fun game to watch tonight, in case you're a week late.
Speaking of fun and watching, what do you think about now? Do you think even after do we got to take? No, we still got time. We still got another minute. After the game that I watched, Duke and North Carolina, do you believe that Duke without Zion is even meritable of a 1 seed in this tournament?
No chance. Even with them, they're not going to get a 1 seed at this point unless they win the ACC tournament. They'll still get a 1 seed if they win the ACC tournament. Other than that, there's no chance of them getting a 1 seed. And if they fall in the ACC tournament, in like maybe the quarterfinals or even semifinals, they could possibly drop to a 3 seed. So, Williamson should be back for the ACC tournament. That's what Krzyzewski said last weekend. I'm sure if there's even like a 1% chance of him not being 100%, they'll even keep him out of that and just make sure he's okay for the NCAA tournament.
Wow, I was going to start into it, but I'm just looking at our producer and he's telling us we got about 10 or 12 seconds before we got to take a break. So maybe when we come back, but it is going to be the segment of talk that you can bet on. We're looking for Joey Cassano. We'll put an APB on Daniel Wages. And Brian, we don't know. He always disappears on us, folks. We'll be right back. Time out, 5th Street Sports.
Hey, travelers, do you want to save money on your next flight? Then pick up the phone and call. That's right, call, because the best prices are not online. They're with SmartFares. See, SmartFares has special deals with the airlines. When they have unsold seats, they use SmartFares to fill them. So you get airline tickets at ridiculously low prices. Our prices are too low to publish online. With the extra money you'll save, you can book another trip or treat yourself to dinner or shopping. So stop searching all of those travel sites to find the lowest price on your next flight. Let one of our SmartFares expert travel agents find ridiculously low prices for you. Call SmartFares today and get the best price on your next flight. Guaranteed. Also, save up to 50% off business and first class tickets.
855-325-1780. 855-325-1780. That's 855-325-1780. Do you use the Blue Pill to charge your sex life? Have you been thinking about trying the Blue Pill? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pill delivers the exact same results for less than $3. We'll do the math for you. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. Want more? We'll give you 40 blue pills or 40 yellow pills for $99 and add 4 more pills free. You save more than $500. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to know what to do next. You need to call and get your 44 pills for just $99. Stop overpaying for the other blue pills. Call us and start saving a ton of money for the exact same results. Ordering is fast and easy with your pills delivered to your door in a non-marked package. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. 800-223-0992. That's 800-223-0992.
Luck is on your side during Aaron's Lucky Days, because just $1 gets you started leasing to own a Philips 75-inch TV, a beautiful living room set, a high-end GE washer and dryer, and more. It's really easy, with no credit needed, stress-free approvals, and free delivery and setup. From March 11th through the 17th, visit a participating store or Aaron's.com and get started with just $1 during Aaron's Lucky Days. Most stores open on Sundays. Transaction advertised as a rental purchase agreement. Some restrictions apply. See store for details.
What's in store for your business this week at Staples?
A printer with more ink than you think.
The Epson EcoTank printer comes with up to 2 years of ink included, right in the box.
So you can print up to 2 years worth of reports and proposals. Just think about how much you'll save on ink.
And right now at Staples, save $100 on the Epson EcoTank 4750. Plus, when you trade in your old printer in store, you'll save an additional $50.
Staples, there's a whole lot in store.
Ends 3/16/19. See associate for details.
All right, folks, 5th Street Sports. This is Talk You Can Bet On. It's the third segment. I am joined with Florida Rick. I'm Frank Perez on Sports Byline USA Radio Network. Hey, Rick, Brian was supposed to be joining us again, but you know what I'm starting to think is, do you think that this show is running into maybe the happy hours over there in Tulsa? Because
I think it's a possibility, yeah.
He's always ditching us, and I know he's day drinking. I know it is because of some of the stuff that he has said on here about Alabama beating professional teams. So I know he's starting to drink during the daytime, and now a lot of the times he's ditching us on this show sometimes, and I'm thinking that there's got to be some good happy hours out there.
I have no doubt. I've been to Tulsa a couple times, and maybe going again next week. So, yeah, they have some fun places out there. I wouldn't be surprised if he says he's going to classes, teaching classes, all this stuff.
Yeah,
but they have some good bars out there, and Brian's never one to pass up a beer, so it wouldn't surprise me if he uses class as an excuse. He's really just
exactly.
Beers at the,
like he didn't even notice that one of the times when he said, "Oh, I'm in the library," I seen like it looked like a little Budweiser sign that was flashing in the background, and I was thinking, boy, geez, they have. Well, I wish they had Budweiser when I went to school in my library.
Well, guys, we got some messages through our Fifth Street social feeds. As always, if you'd like to chime in, we are streaming live on Facebook.com/Fifth Street Sports Talk and YouTube.com/Fifth Street Sports. Here's the first message coming in from Mr. Kurt Morgan. It says Detroit has won 5 consecutive games. Oops, let me make sure I pull that up correctly.
Back up here, yeah.
There we go. Detroit has won 5 consecutive games against the spread in 7 of its last 8. The Pistons have only lost 1 game straight up since the All-Star break. They are 2-point road dogs at the Nets. Bottom line, I like the Pistons big tonight against the Nets. What do you all think? Keep up the outstanding work, guys.
Boy, Rick, that's got you all over it, buddy.
I've been looking at this game quite a bit, and Kurt's right about all the stats. And the logical thing would say, okay, well, Detroit will just continue the trend and win in New Jersey tonight. Brooklyn. I still call it New Jersey, even though it's been, 6 years? But anyway, so the Pistons had a big win yesterday. They beat the Bulls 131-108. It was an early start game, started at noon Eastern, so 9 Pacific start time. Now they're traveling into Brooklyn. These teams are kind of fighting it out for the 6 and 7 spots in the Eastern Conference. And I don't want to take you off your pick if you like it that much, Kurt, but I would lean towards Brooklyn here as a very slight home favorite. Maybe the cheap money line, minus 125 to 130 range. I think playing back-to-back days like this, traveling, is tough, especially when you're going up against an opponent who's fighting with you for the 6th seed in the East. Do I love the game? No. Would I lean to Brooklyn? Yes. But do I want to talk you off your Detroit play? No. We both probably looked at this game quite a bit. My eyes would tell me that Brooklyn would probably be the better play. But, the other thing that scares me about this game, the public, and Frank, how many times have we talked about this on the show? The public is 67% on the dog, and the line hasn't moved. So what does that tell you? That tells me that the favorite's probably right here. So obviously factoring that to the equation, I would say, Kurt, don't necessarily play Brooklyn, but I would stay away from this Detroit play. It seems a little too good to be true, and it does. It usually is.
Well, Kurt, by the way, thanks for the great comment, Kurt. We appreciate it. And then, you're good. I mean, you got good stuff, great comments. That's all we can tell you about is maybe just back off a little bit. We don't want to get you off of nothing, especially if you like it that much and all your stats do make sense. But
we've got 2 more messages here to go through.
We got a couple more messages coming up.
So the next one is from Dan Kaplan through our YouTube live chat. And he says, haven't checked them all to see if widely available, but Rockies are 84.5 at Chris, and then he does another message, and Pinnacle. So at Chris and Pinnacle, the Rockies are 84.5 for their season win total.
Dan, what did we send out? 85.5?
I want to say it was 85.
Let me see. It's probably 85.5.
85.5, yeah.
Still like him. I mean, it was his extra large play. I know one game is big. People don't really realize in those season win totals, especially when those games are in the 80s. Boy, it just seems that like at least 75% of them are right there. One game could be big, but Dan, I would still take him at 84.5. This guy's that good. that's just an extra large play. I don't think that one game is going to be enough equity to sway you off that under. But try to find an 85. That's big.
Yeah, so we also got one last message, and it's from Daniel Wages, and it sets us up perfectly for you guys to take the ball from here. But Daniel Wages comes in on Monmouth plus 4.5.
There he is. Daniel, buddy. This guy, Rick, this guy's red hot. I mean, red hot again. I think on Friday he was one of our only winners. What did he give us? Was it Portland State or I forgot. I forgot the Friday game, but Friday we had a terrible day, but Daniel had another W. Daniel, thank you very much, buddy. So that's Monmouth plus 4.5. We'll put that one down.
I agree with that play. Yeah, I agree. I like dogs in these small conference championship games. You have two teams here who really weren't that great in their conference. Iona was 16-15, 12-6 in conference. Monmouth ended the year with a 14-20 record, 10-8 in conference, and now they're playing for the championship. So this is like this game just reeks of dog and under, especially under. And you have two teams who never in a million years thought they'd be possibly playing for the NCAA tournament, and the winner of this game goes. So yeah, I like his play. I always lean towards dogs in these conference championship games.
Meanwhile, Andrew, can we get an APB out on Joey Casano from joeycasano.com? He usually comes in on some great stuff. He didn't send me nothing today. Was maybe even supposed to be on the show, but so Joey, listen, if you're listening, send it in before the stuff. Send in your free play, buddy. That's joeycasano.com. You can go over there. He's got great stuff. We would not recommend anybody that wasn't worth it. This guy. Well, look at Daniel Wages is one of his proteges. So if that tells you anything, tells you how good he is. All right, Rick. Guess what, buddy? You're on stage. What do you got?
Okay, so we have a kind of a light card tonight. We have 6 NBA games. We do have a decent college schedule because of all the conference tournament games going on. But I will start in the NBA. I have 2 plays I like tonight. I do tend to lean towards Brooklyn, opposite Kurt, but that's not worthy of giving out a play. I don't want to sit there and say that's one of my top plays tonight, but I would only be on the Brooklyn side if I was betting it. But the games I do like are game 524, Washington at home against Sacramento. They're now a 2-point favorite, or maybe money line minus 125, 128. I think Sacramento's team is playing, for the playoffs here. But Washington's been playing really well of late. Sacramento's on a cross-country East Coast trip. They struggled mightily, but they ended up winning against the Knicks a couple days ago in an afternoon game. Washington's been playing really good basketball of late. They beat up Minnesota last week, and they played again at Minnesota 2 nights ago. Wow, that was a brutal beat. We never discussed that game, but we had some dog and under and some second half under in that game. And we're going to go 3-0. And then Washington hits a 3 at the buzzer. With, I think they're inbounded with less than a second left. Beals turns around, flings up a 3, the buzzer goes in. Anyway, they actually covered the 7 still in overtime. They lost by 5, but of course the game and second half both went over. So on 7 went 3-0, we went 1-2 on that. But they've been playing good basketball. They're back home tonight against Sacramento. This is a game where the public is really big on Sacramento. The public is about 65% here on the dog. The line's actually moved from Washington -1 or pick them even to -2. I think Washington's a good play here, even at the -2 price. But again, I would lean towards the low money lines if you can get them in these scenarios. So Washington -2 or money line -1/4 is my first play. The second play is game 532, Clippers +2 at home against Boston. The Clippers are also, fighting for the playoffs. They're right now currently tied for the 6, 7, 8 seeds. Are all tied right now in the Western Conference with Utah, San Antonio, and Clippers. It looks like Sacramento's 4 games behind all those teams. If one of those teams were to fall and have like a 3-game losing streak, Sacramento would get back in there. But right now it looks like they're on the outside looking in. Washington obviously has no chance. I'm getting my games confused. The Clippers are in. Sacramento is looking on the outside looking in. But the Clippers are tied for the 8th spot. They could easily be the 6th seed. Boston's, been playing well of late. They've won 3 straight on the West Coast trip. I think that this is a game where they're finally going to drop there's no Jason Tatum tonight. He might be the most important player in that roster right now, as we see how good they've been without Kyrie Irving. So I think the public here is about 69-70% on Boston. The line hasn't moved or has even moved a half point in the Clippers' favor. So I think the Clippers are a very strong play here tonight, getting 2 points at home. You can get money line about +115, +112 112, but I would stick with getting the 2 points. It could be really huge.
Two's big.
So,
I wouldn't take 112 there, Rick. I'd take the 2. Forget that.
Casinos love it, by the way, when the people take like plus 110 money lines instead of taking 2 points.
Yeah,
that's like the casino's favorite thing.
Certainly is, because now you got to lose by 3 to lose your money. It is not worth that. So now we're going to move on to the junior circuit.
Yes, now we're going to go into college. I always mix up Sacramento and the Clippers for some reason, so apologize for that. But both teams are playing, and I got my mind all messed up with those two. But yeah, so the plays are Clippers and Washington, those 2 games. So now in college, we got the MAC tournament starting tonight. The first round of the MAC tournament, they're actually playing at the home sites. I don't know if you follow the MAC tournament in recent history, but for whatever reason, these dogs are always barking in the MAC tournaments in the first round, even the second round. So that being said, I like 2 dogs in the MAC tonight. I like game 869 Western Michigan plus 8.5 at Central Michigan. And I also like game 873 Miami of Ohio getting 5.5 at Akron. I remember back in the day, we used to round robin these money lines in the MAC in the first and second rounds. And we made a lot back then. Haven't really done it in the last couple of years, but I know they've continued doing well. Money line spreads, and I think you can almost throw a quarter unit on all the MAC dogs in the first round, and I think you'll be profitable. So, but those 2 games that I mentioned are the 2 that I'm giving out. So that's 869 Western Michigan plus 8.5, and 873 Miami of Ohio plus 5.5. Like we like the conference tournament unders. I mean, I've told you all we like the finals. So Monmouth Iona would fit in that category, as well as what's the other final tonight? UNC Greensboro versus Wofford. So Wofford is a little different situation though, because Wofford's ranked 20th. Wofford's 100% in the tournament, even if they lose this game, which is kind of unheard of from someone from that conference, which is the Southern Conference. No one ever gets in as an at-large, but if Wofford loses this game, which they could very well lose, because UNC Greensboro is another great small conference team. So this is actually the one team that possibly could beat Wofford in that conference, but I still think the under is a good play for tonight. And one other play, which is one I was talking about earlier, is game 887, San Diego getting 4.5 in the Orleans against St. Mary's. San Diego, I don't know if you watch this tournament, but they're so impressive as a team. They just play so well together, and I've never thought very highly of St. Mary's this year at all. They're not like the past St. Mary's teams. I think this is going to be a very tough game, and I actually think San Diego wins this game, wins 4 in a row, and plays Gonzaga tomorrow night in the conference tournament for a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. But I don't think they'll get by Gonzaga. So 887 San Diego plus 4.5 is my other.
Okay, we got it. Hey, Andrew, can you get a radar fix on this Oklahoma Brian? I mean, where is this guy? This is he's supposed to be coming in on his games, and we got nothing on Oklahoma. Let me look at him. 15 seconds until break. Oh, let's during the break, Rick, we're going to try to get a radar fix on Oklahoma Brian, see if we can't get one of his plays. But folks, we have to take a break. This is Fifth Street Sports, and we will recap all of our selections for the day.
Attention business owners. Are you struggling while waiting for your customers to pay on their net 30, 60, or 90-day invoices? Can't get a business loan? Have no equity? Bad credit? Or maybe no credit at all? Then you need to call AmeriFactors right now. AmeriFactors will give you cash for your invoices and there's nothing to pay back. We simply buy your account receivables, and if those clients don't pay on the invoices, we take the loss. We give you funds based on your account receivables, not your credit, and 98% of all applicants are approved. It's that simple. With AmeriFactors, there's no more waiting for your customers to pay. We give you the funds up front, then we wait for your customers to pay us. Fund your business today. Call AmeriFactors right now.
800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. 800-847-1183. That's 800-847-1183.
Attention business owners. Now is the perfect time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. We can give you packages with up to 90 great channels and save your business a ton of cash. And if you call right now, you can learn how to get free equipment and free installation. Now you have choices. It's time to start saving money on your cable TV bill for your business. And call today and get 90 channels plus free equipment and free installation. Smart business owners like you all across the country are consolidating and saving money on their cable TV, internet, and phone service for their business. So now's the perfect time. This may be a limited time offer to the first 100 people that call right now. So please save money and call now.
800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. 800-470-7113. That's 800-470-7113.
Not too long ago, it felt good to withdraw your cash from the bank, didn't it? For a vacation or a new car. But today, withdrawing your own cash has become risky. Pat Boone here for Swiss America. According to The Secret War, a new Swiss America white paper, I learned that all banks are now required to spy on you and me for the government, and then report any financial behavior deemed suspicious or unusual. You must read The Secret War. It's free. Truth is, I believe the government's new war against cash is really a war against us all. But the secret is now out. So please, get and read The Secret War.
Pick up your phone and call right now. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. 800-932-5517. Once again, that's 800-932-5517.
Fifth Street Sports, folks, we are back. We're going to wrap up the show over here. Of course, Oklahoma Brian just came in. Now, Rick, he said he's in class. Okay, all right. I guess we'll go for that. But he just came in on 307-502 Savannah State -7 from Oklahoma Brian. Ryan, have one for us, buddy. And boy, I tell you, I mean, he must think, come on, really? He's in class all the time. He's at the library. He's in, and then I love the way he goes, shh, I'm doing a test in the other room. We're doing book reports in the other room. Come on, man. Come on, brother. We were born at night, but not last night.
I know we only have a few minutes, Frank, but you see my breaking news I told you during the break?
Huge. There was a score, right?
Yes, they scored a goal. German Bundesliga. Congratulations. 1-0 in the 66th minute. Eintracht Frankfurt's on the board.
Imagine that, folks.
They're going crazy in Dusseldorf. Yeah.
Now, folks, just think about this. You get to the park about a half an hour before the match starts. Then you watch the first half plus the break plus 21 minutes of the second half. So after a couple hours, there's an actual score. It only took a couple hours, Boy, that's
it. They're dancing in the streets right now at Frankfurt. Yeah.
I mean, it's huge too. It's huge. No, and then not only that, I don't know who scored. I know it was in the German Bundesliga because I've been watching that one. But now, when you talk to the people after the game, at the pubs and at the bar, the team that won 1-0, they say, "Oh, we blew them out." 1-0 was like a blowout. Like they had
they
them.
consider
them the whole time.
Like amount of passes and possession as blowing the other team out. They made more passes than the other team.
Meanwhile, I can see a little bit of collusion and ways that you can make some money on maybe if a couple of these teams are given extra corner kicks and stuff. I went to Pinnacle and Pinnacle Live. They actually have overs and unders on all the live corners and stuff. I know Mikey's doing that, and I think there's a way to make money on that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. We know there is.
We absolutely. But folks, this is Fifth Street Sports. Rick, I appreciate it. Great show, buddy. Folks, really quickly, Daniel Wages, Monmouth plus 4.5. Rick on Clippers, Washington. Clippers +2, Washington -2. Western Michigan plus 8.5. Miami of Ohio plus 5.5. San Diego plus 4.5. And Oklahoma Brian on Savannah -7. Thank you, folks. Appreciate it. See you tomorrow, 1 p.m. Pacific.
USA Radio